Mailman. So we did have a pen mail day today. 4 new ones for me and 1 new one for my wife. So I'll start with a brand new one for my wife. It was a Schneider. Not familiar with Schneider pens at all. I've heard of them, but I'm not familiar with them. Schneider being a German company. Well, with a name like Schneider, I kind of expect that. But it's black plastic and it's got that design. I guess some elegant plant looking things, a rose, I guess. Some kind of flowery looking thing, and it's got almost that Lamy style nib on it, I think. So it's not an international standard because I've tried putting converters in it and none of my international standard converters would work, but it did come with a short cartridge and I was able to put that in, so at least we've got it inked up with some blue ink on it that came with it. If you saw my previous videos, you know that I had a Waterman Commando that had come in, and that was a restored model. This one I was waiting on because I liked it enough to buy another one, and this one is not restored. I figured it would need some restoration. It even said that it probably needed a new ink sac. Well, I didn't expect it to be in as good condition as it was. I was really surprised. So that's the new one, and it is actually very different from the old. I've got some pictures that I took just to compare the new and the old together, and I'll throw those pictures up here so you can see that basically the nib is a lot smaller on this one. The clip is very different here, as well as here. There's only one stripe there, and the bottom of the barrel is different. Also arriving in today's mail was a box from the Ukraine, all the way over in the former Soviet territory of the Ukraine, and actually home to one of my favorite boxers of all time. I was waiting on this for a while, been tracking it, and it was stuck at US Customs for quite a while. But I got these 3 fountain pens from the former Soviet Union. These are Soviet-era, Russian-manufactured surplus fountain pens. There are no markings really on them whatsoever, except a little tiny logo right here. Other than that, there's really nothing on them. No writing, no Cyrillic markings whatsoever. And I bought these 3 separate items from the same seller. They went ahead and gave me a deal on the shipping where they combined them all. Shipping was not all that expensive, $10 from the Ukraine. I mean, that's better than what I get from some US shippers, much less from like an Eastern Bloc country. So, you know, these are all held at the same height, so you can see that they are different. I took some pictures of them so you can see that you've got like a regular standard style nib here. This one here, you've got, look at that, you've got a hooded nib, or at least a semi-hooded. In here you've got a fully hooded nib. So 3 different styles, which is why I bought these 3 different pens, because they were just a little bit different, but they all operate the same way on the inside. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. They all screw open. They all have a built-in converter. These converters are built in here, and this thing actually unscrews if you had to. I had a little bit of grease still up there, so you've got your little piston, and this is the little knob to turn, and then this screws down. So they all 3 have this identical style piston. Now the interesting thing, there are threads here. There are no threads here. Typically what you see is a pen coming and screwing in on threads right here. The threads for this to screw down are these ones right here that are on the converter itself. So that's how these are held together. I found that interesting. I haven't seen that on any other pens that I've got. So just wanted to share that. That was our pen mail. I have not inked up any of these Russian pens just yet, so I don't know how they write, but I'm sure that I will be sharing that in the future, and that way you can see them just like I can. So anyway, my new pen mail today, these plus my Waterman Commando that I'll eventually get the new sack put on it and see how it writes. Physically it looks really well, really good. There's some differences, and then my wife's pen that I'll give back to her when I'm done with the video. So that's it. I'll let you know more when I actually write with these and get to use them, but I just thought I'd share pen mail.